Welcome back to a $3,500 AR headset from Apple edition of Higurashi.
You can watch this on your AR headset from Apple trademark. You can see us. You can see this this video wide, big, just on your big living room fucking fireplace for no reason.
For $3,500.
Yeah.
We love Apple in these streets.
The newest Oculus is $399.
The Valve Index is $1,000. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have controllers, by the way, for $3,500.
It's just AR.
It's just
fucking AR.
It's just AR. Oh man.
It might have gestures, but fuck.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Gaming.
Okay, it's me. I gotta get depressed again.
This is depressed Rika arc.
I dragged my body to school, hoping that Sadako might be there. But just as I expected, there was no one sitting in her seat. I felt all the more devastated just seeing it empty. I had nothing left to bet on. All I could do was get hurt and suffer devastation. Blood flowed from my broken heart and found its way through my eyes in the form of tears.
Oh! Chie! Is something wrong, Furude-san? Is Hojo-san absent today?
The whole class was wondering why I came in late today, and why Sadako wasn't with me. But even if I felt sympathy from everyone's eyes on me, I didn't feel any promise from them. No one here was able to save Sadako. No one could save her. Why should I have to keep smiling at all these useless people? This world is finished anyway. If I leave matters alone, then a few days after the Watanagashi Festival, my movie reel will be cut as I'm murdered like usual, and I'll return to the beginning of this month again. And so I'll continue to live forever in June 1983, trapped here. Even death won't set me free from that prison.
Furude-san, please talk to me if something happened. Where is Hojo-san? Is she sick?
Shut up. The whole class gasped. No one expected Rika Furude to talk like that.
It's the Rika villain arc, man.
I, myself, made such blunt statements a few times in several past words. But it was always the first time anyone in that world heard anything like that. That must have been very easy for them, and I envied it.
Furude-san?
Chie was standing there, dumbfounded. I stood up from my seat. If Sadako wasn't around, I didn't want to be locked up inside of this humid place. I'm going home. I'm not coming here anymore. Goodbye. I felt like saying something like that. However, I retained a small hope that Sadako might go to school the next day, so I kept it to myself. However, Chie wouldn't let me go. She grabbed me by the arm and dragged me to the teacher's office instead. Chie told me to take a seat on the couch by the principal's office. She had no right to tell me what to do. I could just escape through the open window. I didn't have that kind of energy, however. I sat on the couch as she told me to. I realized then that I didn't even have the energy to be rebellious. Maybe Sadako felt the same. She lost the energy to rebel, and so she was simply obeying her uncle.
Furude-san, please tell me what's going on. I'm sure I can help you.
Chie spoke to me, but I already knew that her words were empty. All she would do was call the Child Consultation Center. She wouldn't go to the Hojo residence and pull Sadako out of there. So there was no point in even discussing the topic with her. If I told her, she wouldn't keep it to herself, and shortly everyone would know about what was happening with Sadako. That would only result in chaos. If they called the Child Consultation Center, the staff from there would go and visit Sadako. Her uncle would deny the abuse, and Sadako would also deny it because of the guilt she feels over Satoshi leaving. Shortly after, They'll find out about the false reports Sadako made before, and they'll decide not to proceed any further. Her uncle will allow Sadako to go to school for a few days, but his absence will get worse. But his abuse will get worse because he'll think she's the one who called the child consultation center. He'll do horrible things to her, just like her aunt did last year. Calling the child consultation center will not help Sadako. It will instead put her in an even worse situation. It's better not to notify them at all. But if we didn't report it, then how else is this world supposed to improve? No, nothing is going to change. There's nothing that can be done once this unfortunate fate overtakes Sadako.
Chie?
Yeah, one more time. Yeah. You say Hojo-san's uncle is back. Is that true? I had someone answered. It was Chie. Well, then,
You say Hojo-san's uncle is back. Is that true?
I had somehow answered all of Chie's questions without noticing. I knew that nothing would change whether I spoke to her or not, so I just told her everything, because I had no energy to rebel.
I understand what's going on now. This is horrible.
So, now that you know what's going on, what can you do? Chie answered right away without faltering, already used to my spiteful tone.
I will visit her house today. I need to see Sadako-chan and talk to her first. Then, if there's a problem...
You're going to call the child consultation center, right? They have it on record showing that she made false reports in the past. They never do anything unless there's proof of abuse. They're just like the police, who don't start investigations until after someone's dead. They won't do anything unless Sadako is killed. When that happens, this is what both the school and the child consultation center will say. We never saw this coming. She was such a bright girl. Excuse me. You people are idiots.
I believe that the person from the center will do something about it. I'll make sure to tell them that she needs help.
You've done the same in previous lives too. I wasn't denying her passion, but I couldn't say that there was meaning to it. The problem wasn't with Chie. The problem was with them. No matter how hard Chie tried to seek help from child services, it meant nothing as long as they held biased notions about Sadako. It doesn't matter if they find proof of abuse or not. Oh, who was that, Connor?
That's Keiichi.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah?
No. Is it Keiichi?
Maybe.
I'm just gonna say it's Keiichi.
Okay.
It's Satoshi. Could you imagine if Satoshi came back?
Wow, that'd be crazy.
It'd be really funny. It would be really funny if Satoshi came back. I'm just gonna do it as Keiichi. Gamer. It doesn't matter if they find proof of abuse or not.
I suddenly heard a voice from the hallway. It was Shion's voice.
Oh shit, I forgot she's in the game. I forgot Shion is, like Sadako's sister now. Mm-hmm. I completely forgot she's in the class.
Chie shouted,
"Who's there?"
And I heard Mion gasp,
"Crap."
They must have been listening to our conversation. They were having a quiet discussion outside the door, but Shion accidentally raised her voice. She gets so violent sometimes. 4 people entered into the room from the hallway. Mion, Shion, Keiichi, and Rina.
"I told you to stay in class. Go back to the classroom." Oh,
why is she so big? You see how big she is?
Shion is like 8 times the size of everyone else. You didn't know? See, people think they look the same, but
she's not even.
She's 10 times the size of me.
She's just like scaled up.
Yeah.
Person.
She's big. She's
huge.
Bigger than Chie.
Gigantic.
Gigantosaurus, dude. Kei-chan, we can't. Not in this situation. What are you going to do if something happens to Sadako? Do you want to be responsible for that? There's no time to waste. We have to do something right now. My sis is saying that things will get worse unless there's some kind of proof of abuse, but it'll be too late once there is. Do you want to see Sadako dead, Mion? Dude, I forgot that Shion is like the Sadako defender in this game. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like I told you, Sadako once made a false report to the abuse hotline, and they have the record at the Child Consultation Center. Without proof, they won't investigate her case any further. Just think about what that means. It'll only make her uncle more furious. Sadako's situation will get even worse. Oh, you have the Shion and Keiichi Sadako defender in this game.
They're gonna tag team Pepe.
I was gonna say, it's not just about bitchin' Satoshi, it's they both say bitchin' and grab the bat at the same time and beat Tepe to death with it.
Yeah.
What the hell? They're supposed to help her before something happens, right? Are they really not going to do anything unless she's seriously injured?
Calm down, you two. I feel the same as Shi-chan and Keiichi-kun. I don't want to wait until something bad happens. But we need to think about what we can do.
What can we do? Talk to the Child Consultation Center, right? If we had the guarantee they'd help her, it'd all be fine. But Mion, you're saying it's highly likely they'll put her case on hold, right? It's always in situations like this when the spotlight goes on to Mion and she just looks like this every single time. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what I think they'll do. Just like last year. On top of that, she was in an even worse situation then. They'll put her case on hold even though Sadako was already... they put her case on hold even though Sadako was already in horrible shape. But this time... it's only been a day since her uncle took her away. Plus, her uncle has legal custody of her. Shion is pissed. We don't need to be so roundabout. All we have to do is ambush that bastard and kill him. Based!
Shi-chan, you can't do that.
She has the demon canonically, man. She may not have the tattoo, but she's got that dog in her.
Satoshi-kun wouldn't want that.
Then how should we save Sadako? Satoshi-kun entrusted me. He trusted me to look after Sadako. If anything happens to Sadako, I could never face him again. Having our hands tied until after Sadako's been thoroughly abused isn't an option. When a crime is taking place right before your eyes, it's reporting it is the first thing that you can do.
Is reporting it the
Fuck! Is reporting it the first thing you do? No, it isn't. You stop it. We have to stop this ourselves. Dude, Shion is pissed. Calm down, Shion. You're the head of the Sonozaki family, aren't you? Use your powers to save Sadako. You can do it, can't you? You have enough power to save her. I know the hag's policy is to stay completely out of Hojo affairs because of her grudge over the dam conflict, right? No matter what happens to Sadako, the Sonozaki family main branch intends to ignore it, don't they? If neither the Child Consultation Center nor the Sonozaki family can save her, I have to do it on my own. She's just Keiichi, man. She's just Keiichi from last time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill that pig. I'm going to do it right now. It's not going to take more than 1,500 seconds.
1,500 seconds.
Okay, fine. It's not going to take more than 1,500 seconds for me to get to her house and stab him to death. What can you do in 1,500 seconds? You can't do anything, can you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to help her. Let me go. I'm going to kill him right now. Wah! I love Shion. I love Shion.
Unbelievably based.
It took Keiichi, like, what, a day and a half to get to that point?
Well, no, he immediately went, well, when she, he had to see her, like...
He had to see her first.
Well, he had to see her get snap. See her snap, and then he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I can finish this in 1,500 seconds.
It took about like a day and a half, give or take, right? Shion heard Tepe and went, I'm gonna kill him. she didn't have to know, see, or hear anything else. She just heard, Tepe is back, I'm going to kill him. Shion's... Oh. Leon! Leon! Hello, it's me, Chie. Shion, settle down.
Leon!
Stop saying that or you're going to get in big trouble.
They were so desperately discussing how to save her. I just sat on the couch and stared at them vaguely. I had seen the same discussion many times, in many different situations. I was tired of listening to it. The only difference was that everything was happening a few days earlier than usual.
Rika.
It's okay. I'm not going to expect anything good anymore. I don't have any hope left in my heart. Hanyu made a sad expression. I couldn't tell if she was sad about her fate, or if she was taking pity on me.
Shion killed her.
Just as she promised, Chie went to Sadako's house after school. It had only been a day since Sadako's uncle took her away. She wouldn't be able to tell if he'd heard her already or not. If the students hadn't made such a big fuss about it, Chie would have waited a couple days before going to her house. She already knew, however, about what happened to Sadako the previous year. She also knew that her uncle was abusing her just like her aunt, and that he had neglected to act as her guardian for a whole year. Considering those factors, it might not have been too soon for her to visit the Hojo residence. Sadako hadn't shown up to school that day. No one called the school to explain her absence. That alone was proof that her uncle wasn't taking responsibility as her guardian. Chie was going to her house to see what was going on with her own eyes. She parked the car in the street and checked the map she brought from the school. It said Hojo residence on the sign in front of the house. Chie was certain that this had to be the place. The window on the second floor was open, and she could see a curtain hanging there. From that window, she could hear the laughing voices of several old men. No one had answered the phone when she called right before leaving the school. She could also hear the clicking noise of mahjong tiles along with the voices. She had never played mahjong before, but had a pretty good idea that was from what it was. But had a pretty good idea that was it from the way the men were talking.
See, this is just the scene that we got with Keiichi and Irie, except it's Chie now.
Yeah. If they were playing mahjong, there must have been 3 other men inside of the house. Her students had told her that Sadako's uncle was a very violent man. Chie was a teacher, true, but she was also just a young lady. She felt hesitant to ring the doorbell after hearing their disgusting laughter. But courage drove her forward. She made her decision and rang the doorbell.
Hello, Chie.
She heard the bell ring inside the house. The laughing voices continued to echo from the second floor. It seemed as though they didn't hear the bell. She rang the bell again, and this time the laughter stopped for a moment. Someone must have heard the sound, but soon after they started laughing again. It didn't sound like anyone was coming to get the door. She thought someone heard the bell, but perhaps not. Chie was sure they were home, of course. She couldn't leave just because no one was answering the door. She knocked and yelled loudly this time.
Hello? Are you home, Hojo-san?
Finally, the laughter stopped, and a man with a scary look on his face opened the door. Who the fuck are you? Shut up and get the hell out of here! Again, I don't know how to do a voice for him. Chie felt intimidated by him, but her heart was filled with a teacher's pride and responsibility.
Hello, Chie. Hello, are you Hojo-san? I am...
Before she could introduce herself, Teppei screamed at her. Ugh. Fuck, I don't know how. Just shut up! I don't need no newspaper, no milk, no insurance! I'm busy right now. I'm working. The people in the room laughed when he told her he was working. Chie couldn't give up. She continued to speak.
I'm the teacher at Hinamizawa Branch School. My name is Chie. Is Sadako Hojo-san here?
Huh? What the hell? What voice should I do it for him?
He can't figure it out. Because doing gruff gravelly just sucks. It was bad. But I'll just say he hates it. It's not like he's whatever.
Huh? Huh? What the hell? What do you want with Sadako?
Hello? I came here because she didn't come to school today. I wasn't able to get a hold of her, so I'm wondering what happened. There it is. I found it.
Huh? School?
Yes. No. Hello? Yes, is she home? I need to talk with her.
She's sick. That's right. She has a cold. Sadako is resting because she has a fever.
I need to give her some handouts. May I please see her?
Fucking idiot. Weren't you listening to what I just said? Sadako is sick. She's sleeping right now. I can't let you see her.
I see. Do you think she can come to school tomorrow?
Who knows? I won't know until then. You idiot!
I see. All right. Please tell her that I came by. Thank you.
Chie bowed, but by the time she lifted her head, Teppei was no longer there. When Chie returned to the school, several students emerged from the classroom. There were Keiichi, Rena, Mion, and Shion. Rika was also still inside the classroom, but she wouldn't come outside.
Chie-sensei, how did it go?
You went to Sadako's house, right? You were all waiting for me? Chie-sensei, how was Sadako doing? Was she okay? Well, I didn't get to see her. Kei-chan, well, what the hell were you doing? You're a teacher, right? You came back just because he didn't let you see her? Stop it, Shion. That's about what we expected. Yeah. I'm sure Sadako has a bruise on her face by now. That's why he didn't want you to see her. You should have just ran into the house. I can't even trust you anymore. I'm sorry.
Stop it, Shi-chan. She did the best she could.
I mean, come on. And now we know for sure. Sadako's uncle definitely has her locked inside the house. We knew that from the start. Rika-chama's been telling you all day today. We wasted half a day just to find out if that's true. How the hell do you think we can help Sadako? Calm down. Let's make a plan. We care about her just as much as you do. We're not going to abandon her. Let's come up with a way to save Sadako. I already gave you my opinion, didn't I? It's the best solution we have. I can handle it all by myself. I only need your help to hide his body.
Stop it, Shi-chan. Stop saying such violent things. Murder is a serious crime. It's the worst thing you can ever think about. Changed Rena. Changed Rena versus iconic Shion. Then give me a different idea. If my idea is wrong, then give me a different one, even if it's only a little bit better. Come on. Come on. See? You can't even say anything. I can save Sadako in 1500 seconds. I'll just drag his body to the Onikafuchi swamp and dump him in there. I don't even need your help, sis. What's wrong? Why don't you come up with another idea for saving her?
That's not the point. If you try to figure it out only by yourself, that's all you'll think of. Let me tell you something. 1500 seconds? That's taking way too long. I would save it within 1000 seconds. If I were you, I'd just leave here silently and do what I want to do. Do you know why I'm not doing that? It's because someone told me once that even if it's the only option you have, murder is still something you never should do. It's not the right thing to do, and it's never the best thing to do either. You just think it's the best solution because you're not thinking properly. I feel like all my voices are off.
Okay, Rina has previous timeline knowledge. Let's go.
A long time ago, I don't know who told me this, but someone taught it to me. I guess, is this Rena?
Sure.
A long time ago, I don't know who told me this, but someone taught it to me. If there's something that troubles you, you can't think about it all on your own. You can't think about your own solution to the best way to conclude things. We should all think about it together. If we all brainstorm, I'm sure we'll come up with a better solution.
It's not about whether my idea is wrong or right. Just think about it. Every minute we waste puts Sadako in more danger. Do you hate the Hojo family that much? No one is supposed to help No one is supposed to help Satoshi-kun and Sadako, no matter how much they're struggling. I'm going to help her. Get out of my way. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to stab that loser and save Sadako.
No, Shi-chan! Shi-chan!
You guys should curse yourselves. Curse your powerfulness. Fuck. Powerlessness. That's the bitch. Curse your powerlessness. Fine. Brainstorm for another idea. You'll never come up with one. Just go ahead and neglect her. You've never really cared about Sadako. You only think of her as someone you can play with. But I'm different. She's more than just a friend for me. She's like my family. I care about her more than you guys do. I'm going to kill him now. Goodbye. Wait a minute. What is it? Are you trying to stop me? Shion. You're not understanding even half of what Rena is trying to tell you.
Yeah?
It's a classic Shion blunder. What? I totally understand what she's saying. We can save her right away with just a little courage needed to murder him. But she's spouting hypocritical garbage to hide that fact. Shion, do you think Sadako would appreciate it if you saved her by committing murder? I'm not trying to seek her appreciation. I don't care what happens to me. Her happiness is all that matters. To Minagoroshi timeline, Keiichi. That's not right. You're talking tough, but I know you're scared. In fact, you asked Mion to help you hide the body. In other words, you want to have a normal life after killing her uncle. You want us all to be happy, just like a few days ago. You want us to be back where we were, but if you murder him, we'll never be like that again. Do you think you can really commit a perfect crime? You'll be arrested for sure. I'm prepared to face that. If I could end Sadako's suffering by doing time behind bars, I'd gladly pay that price. No, that's absolutely not true. You would curse yourself, and I'd bet on that. You would curse yourself and regret it, wondering how you drew the short straw and became a murderer. Then you'd finally realize what you really wanted. It wasn't killing your uncle, it was returning us all to our happy lives. Your wish will never come true if you commit murder. Sadako will also curse herself. She'll blame herself, thinking she's the Rion.
The Rion.
I hate the Sonozakis, man. She's thinking, fuck my life. She'll blame herself, thinking she's the Rion. Fuck.
You did it again.
It's hard, man.
It's hard.
Keiichi, this is canon. Keiichi has tried this speech 3 times. This is canon. Sadako will also curse us. Fuck. Sadako will also curse herself. She'll blame herself, thinking she's the reason Shion became a murderer. In fact, who's going to force Sadako to eat her squash if you get locked up? Who's going to talk about setting up mean traps with Sadako? You're supposed to do those things, Shion Sonozaki. You have to be by her side at all times. Don't kid yourself. What you're trying to do is not for Sadako. It's just a huge mistake. If that's what you're saying, do you have any idea how to save her? You don't, do you? You're such a hypocrite. I said move. I'm killing him. I'm going to kill him now.
Keiichi blocked her way by standing in front of the door.
Shion gave him a hateful glare, but he just sent her back with a confident smile.
He's so based.
I can't let you go, Shion. The world we all long for doesn't exist without you. I'm not going to let you go.
Is that so? That means you're siding with Teppei Hojo. You're just as guilty as he is. I'm going to bust your head open and kill you first. Keiji and rizzing women trying to kill him. it's a classic. It's a Mayabara family trade secret.
Exactly.
Hey, don't be stupid, Shion. Quit it already. It's me, Chie. Shion-san. What are you going to do with that chair? Stop it! Put that chair down. Put the chair down. Put the chair down.
She's coming at him with a steel chair!
He doesn't understand that I'm serious. I have to show him how determined I am. You better get the hell out of my way now.
Shion, I admit that right now, I have no better idea. But that's just for the moment. I'm sure that we will come up with a better idea eventually. I guarantee it. I promise you that we're going to save Sadako. So please, okay? Trust your friends.
If you're afraid of committing murder for Sadako's sake, you're not my friend anymore. I'm not going to tell you this again. Get the hell out of my way.
Calm down and think about what you're saying. We will save Sadako somehow. Just trust us. Don't try and look for a shortcut. Trust your friends. Trust me. I, Keiichi Mayabara, am going to save Sadako for sure. You can bet on it.
Shut up. I can't trust you. What do you think you can do for her? Shion!
Shion threw the chair at Keiichi.
Keiichi's a man.
It hit him hard, and the chair fell on the floor with a loud noise.
I bet he didn't even flinch.
But Keiichi was unfazed even after being struck. He just stood in front of the exit without even covering his face. Wait, he wasn't unfazed. A trail of blood was pouring from his forehead, where the corner of the chair hit him.
That was nothing. You thought I would move out of the way? I'm not going to move from here even if you kill me. If I let you go, we might never see you again. Sadako will think about you every day, and her heart will be filled with sadness. If that happens, there won't be anything we can do to make her happy. It's going to be a very sad life for her. I don't want Sadako to live in a sad world like that. The future that we want is a wild and righteous one.
Riotous.
Fuck. A wild and riotous one, just like what we had until a few days ago. Of course I won't let Sadako's uncle threaten her any longer. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but I will know soon. I promise. So please, just trust me.
Shion wasn't yet convinced, but even so, she walked to the window and took her seat. Somebody rested a hand on Keiichi's shoulder.
I mean, Keiichi just ate that chair like a man. He just did not give a fuck.
It was the principal. He had been standing there and listening to him for a while.
Principal.
Well done. Chie-sensei, I've heard what's going on.
I'm sorry for being so powerless.
I know it's only been a day, but I think this is an emergency. We should report this to the proper authorities.
But sir, she has called the Child Consultation Center before. They're not going to help her anyway. It's just a waste of time.
Shion raised her voice. The principal looked at Shion and started talking. Shion Sonozaki-kun, there's one word that I really don't like. Do you know what that is? It's what you just said. The anyway. That came out of your mouth. That is the cruelest word, which means admitting defeat before you even fight. By the time you've uttered that word, you've already lost your battle. I agree with him. I think we should try various options. Calling the Child Consultation Center should be the first on the list. If that doesn't work, we can try a second or third options. Don't give up before you try. That's just as bad as not helping her at all.
Principal, if you're reporting this, then You'll make sure to convince them that Sadako needs saving, right?
Of course. Hojo-kun is my precious student. I'll do my best so that they will save her.
They will try to take action as quickly as possible. So if we call now, they should get to her house later today.
Tonight.
Close enough.
I hope they will help her. But what if they put her case on hold?
If that happens, we should come up with our next plan. As long as we don't give up, we can help us somehow.
Whatever you guys say. Sadako is getting hurt as we speak. Who's the one abandoning her here?
Shion, I just promised you. We are going to save Sadako, not by committing murder, but by saving her in a way that will make her happy. You just watch us. I, Keiichi Mayabara, am promising you this.
Shion stared out the window without looking at Keiichi's face.
I'll try and find out what the consultation center decides tonight. I'll call everyone when I do. I hope they'll take her into custody.
We can't be optimistic about this. I think there's a huge chance that they'll put a case on hold. What are we gonna do if that happens?
If that happens, well, damn it.
Chie-sensei, let's go to the teacher's office. We'll need to make this call.
Yes. We need to make sure they really understand.
They left the classroom. Keiichi, Rina, and Mion got together and discussed their other options. Shion was looking down and crying. Rika was just vaguely looking at them as if staring at a boring TV drama. Nothing will change. The Child Consultation Center will put her case on hold. I've seen it so many times in previous lives. I almost hope that they will take her into custody just this once, but I have no more coins left to gamble on hope like that. In a previous life, Keiichi killed Sadako's uncle, but Shion was not there when that happened. When she is, I suppose she's the one who takes that role. Their pathetic hopes will be crushed by tomorrow morning. The social worker will be at her house tonight, but Sadako will deny that she's being abused. Her uncle will assume that she was the one who called the service, and he'll abuse her even more. She will come to school tomorrow because he doesn't want the Child Consultation Center to be suspicious of him. We will feel more and more hopeless when we see the dead look in Sadako's eyes. I've been living for more than 100 years, but I've never defeated this fate. The fate of her uncle's return. I was blessed with so much luck, and I thought I could defeat it this time. But in the end, it all came down to the same thing. It was a waste of energy to put in any effort. It was worthless. All worthless. The more I thought about this inescapable fate, the more I pitied these people for talking endlessly about how they were going to save Sadako.
So when does Keiichi call Oishi and get Oishi involved? Because they're buddies now.
Wet blanket.
It's a good tip name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Living without hope. The bike, the scooter.
Shit.
You did all.
Yeah, we read all this. Alright.
New tip time. Wet blanket.
Delusional.
I know you are. Teppei returned to
Yeah?
Yeah. Teppei returned to Hinamizawa to escape some trouble. He'd have to stay here for the rest of the summer, perhaps a whole year, and see what happened. For him, the house in Hinamizawa was like a rather dull hiding place. His lover, Rina, had suddenly disappeared. Rumors told him that she was involved with some dangerous deal. Some source even told him that she had already been caught and killed. Everyone he knew was aware that Rina was living with him. Everyone also assumed that he knew everything about what Rina did. They were convinced that he got money by tricking her into doing something, and as a result, some dangerous men came after him. That made it difficult for him to stay in Okinomiya. More than anything, it pissed him off to find out that Rina was cooking up something behind his back with some other guys. Hinamizawa was about the only place he could go. He couldn't go back to the house where he used to live with his wife, as it had been abandoned since he moved into Sadako's house. Besides, he didn't even have the key to his old place. But if he went to Sadako's house, she should still be there, and she could clean and cook for him too. Teppei didn't know how to cook or clean, and he certainly wasn't thinking of learning. Rina had often been rebellious towards Teppei, and often said that he wanted to be with someone more loyal, like a pet. For Teppei, Sadako was exactly what he wanted. As Sadako was a little kid, she can't satisfy him sexually, but he can at least make her wash his back in the bath. Sadako's dead mother used to be a pretty woman. Sadako might grow up to be a pretty lady herself in about 4 or 5 years. Teppei headed back to Hinamizawa with those indecent thoughts in his head. The house was locked, so he assumed that she was at the market for grocery shopping. He found her at the store and dragged her back home. However, the house was full of dust. She'd been living at her friend's house for the past year, and the house had been abandoned. Teppei exploded in anger. He told her that it was her responsibility to keep the house in order. He beat her and kicked her down to the floor. Eventually, Sadako's expression returned to what he remembered in 1982. Sadako started obeying him immediately and cleaned up the house. A new place to hide with a new girl. His new life was starting out pretty good. Teppei called his buddies to show off his new beginning and ended up playing mahjong with them. He bragged about his new pet and made her serve them food and drinks. He told her to walk on all fours like a real pet. She refused, but she obeyed immediately when he tried to hit her. Everyone was laughing, and they were all jealous of him. Teppei felt really good about himself. However, someone arrived to interrupt his perfect life.
I'm a teacher from Hinamizawa Branch School. My name is Chie. Is Sadako Hojo-san here?
He thought someone was at his door to sell insurance or something. But it was a school teacher. Huh? What the hell? What do you want with Sadako?
I came here because she didn't come to school today. I wasn't able to get a hold of her, so I'm wondering what happened.
Huh? School?
Yes. Is she home? I need to talk with her.
She's sick. That's right. She has a cold. Sadako's resting because she has a fever.
I like how different his dialogue is.
Yeah.
I need to give her some handouts. May I please see her?
You idiot. Weren't you listening to what I just said? Sadako is sick. She's sleeping right now. I can't let you see her. This was going to cause him problems, Teppei realized. Sadako was just a pet for him, and he had no intention of sending her to school. But her teacher had shown up at his house just because she missed one day. This wasn't good. Teppei hates schools, and he really hates teachers.
I see. Do you think she can come to school tomorrow?
Who knows? I won't know until tomorrow, you idiot!
I see. Alright. Please tell her that I came by. Thank you.
He was able to get rid of the teacher, but it would create more problems if he didn't send Sadako to school tomorrow. Teppei didn't need even more trouble on his place. That meant he couldn't beat up Sadako like he wanted to. Violence was the only way he knew how to communicate. With that out of the picture, it was very difficult for him. He wanted to beat up Sadako, but that would leave evidence on her body. If that happened, he wouldn't be able to send her to school. If she didn't go to school, that teacher would show up at his doorstep again. Shit. On top of all that, the Child Consultation Center paid a visit to his house that night. The teacher must have filed a report. That bitch, Teppei thought. Next time I'll beat her in the face so hard she'll need plastic surgery. Since Sadako was afraid of him, she pretended... Excuse me. Since Sadako was afraid of him, she pretended she was really sick when the social worker visited. It was so easy for Teppei to control her. He considered Sadako to be a convenient pet, but at the same time, he needed to be careful of the consultation center. Fucking hell. This ain't gonna work at all. There you go.
I appreciate Ryukishi said, I'm going to give him 0 redeeming qualities. Ever.
Yeah, he is the Teppei is the like one note bad guy of the
Yeah,
series.
that's what I was gonna. He is literally just unapologetically the one note bad guy. Funny. That was a wet blanket Sadako episode.
Yeah.
I hope she explodes.